What's up guys, JR Raymond back again, coming to you from BowlerX Pro Shop and Training Center here inside Waterford Lanes, where today we're taking out that EVO hybrid, that Quantum hybrid. Now you saw my past reviews with the Pearl and the Solid. Hopefully this one does a little bit better job going down the lane, but we'll see. We're gonna take it out here on a 44-foot lead condition and see what it's got. It's got the typical 25 by 4.5 by 45 layout on it. We're gonna take it out here and see what she's got matched up in a minute. Stay tuned.
They say bowling is a dying sport.
A dying sport.
I disagree. I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
BowlerX.com for the love of bowling.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a Quantum EVO hybrid here. It's got that 25 by 4.5 by 45 layout on it. If you can see it, I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. So we're gonna take it straighter, see what it's got going left, and evaluate. Ooh, it got quiet. Okay, we got the 5 and the 10 out, but we left the 7. Very, very smooth. I'm gonna take my hat off, I'm starting to sweat. Whew. Very smooth. I know a lot of people were talking about this ball and they've thrown it and they've got it in their bag as one that pops down lane. I don't see that yet. Especially watching that come off the dry, and it did almost nothing. I'm gonna go 3 left. That looked better, deflected a little bit, but it looked better. You could see it really pick up the middle of the lane properly. But it almost lost a little bit too much energy before it hit the pins, because you could watch, that's what happens when it deflects. Just loses just a little bit too much energy. All right, let's finish the 5-board move. Stay rolly, nice and smooth at the bottom. See, there's the deflection. That's where the Rep 10 comes from. You start getting it using too much energy in the front. It might be better inside, need where the oil is, because it is definitely using too much energy right now, playing those further angles. So let's go 5 more left. Might be okay in these parts of the lane now. 5 more left, and a little bit of rotation. Yeah, get it into the oil a little bit with a little rotation. It seemed to pick up and drive through pretty good. I even got that left, and it still drove through the pins, so that's good. A couple more left. 5 more. You should really pick up in these parts of the lanes. Nice. But it didn't. See, and this is what I was seeing out of this ball. So to hear a couple of people say, holy cow, my EVO hybrid goes crazy down lane, I looked at them like I was like dumbfounded. What do you mean? Like, I thought this thing would be a nice controllable blended piece, kind of like the other EVOs were. I mean, the EVO Pearl was an early rolling Pearl that was real smooth in the back. And then the Solid was early rolling, but overall just a little bit more hook and continuation. I'm seeing this being a lot like the EVO Pearl was. I'll rotate my hand around it and see what it does. See, and even that didn't want to pick up very well. It picks up, but then it just kind of rolls off of it. It doesn't pick up and speed up through the pin. And I know, I always say speed up. You guys got to remember, when I say speed up, it almost gives you the illusion that it's going, and then it's like when it goes, it really starts to pick up and go. It's not actually speeding up, it just gives it the illusion. And I don't see that out of this ball. I see this being a real smooth good on flatter conditions type of bowling ball. But flatter conditions where you got to play further in and rotate your hand around it. See, because it just doesn't want to finish from these angles. It deflects when I'm playing straighter, deflects when I'm playing in, it just blends, blends, blends. So I'm not really sure where this ball is going to fit my bag. So I'm going to go back right, try to get to that 17, 18 range and rotate my hand around it, see what rotating around it from straighter angles does. Deflect. So now I've got the core in a good position on this ball. This might be one of them balls that you got to have the core in a weaker position. Just too strong of a core maybe. Maybe the bigger first angle would be good, where you get the mass bias closer to the thumb, because I've got, you know, a good four inches away from the thumb. All right, I'm gonna stand 27, and I'm gonna try to hit 13, 14 with my hand rotating around it with good speed. See, and that, it still gives you the hook stop, deflect. Somehow got the 10 out. I'm not too impressed with this one though. This one's got trouble for me. This is gonna be more of like a low rev rate type person ball in my opinion. What, buddy? Well, you gotta wait till we open, bud. So I'm gonna try to go, let's go 25, looking at a 12, 13 range. I mean, it might be okay when I can do that and I can kind of jam that area, straighter angles with my hand around it and keep my ball speed up. But outside of that, I'm seeing deflection. It rolls a little too quick, a little too early, but I think these straighter angles will be good. When I can go through the front really clean like that and just let it roll off of it, I think that's good news. But as soon as I go left, it's going to deflect. It's not going to have enough energy. So I'll give you the example. Now I'll move back over to standing 30, looking at 17. And it just does that. So going straighter up the lane is pretty good. Going left with this ball, not so good. All right, there you go, EVO hybrid there. Quantum hybrid, I should say. EVO, quantum hybrid. And these are the tough ones. These are the ones that some of the ball companies don't like when I make these reviews, because they're like, oh, you make our ball look bad. Well, sorry to say, but some bowling balls just aren't going to match up with certain people. That's not to say this is a bad ball by any means. It's just I only saw one area that this ball was playable for me. When I could keep my angles in front of me and it could, you know, stay tight and straight with my hand rotate around it, I could then get it to go through the pins. But as soon as I backed my hand out of it or went left at all, it didn't want to go through the pins at all. So maybe it's the layout because of the strong first angle being 25 degrees that kicks that mass bias out quite a bit, makes the core really take over quick. If I went with a lower or a bigger first angle or smaller first angle with a lower or a high, geez, I'm so confusing. Smaller first angle with a higher first number angle would bring that mass bias closer to the thumb and make that core not wobble as much maybe, and kind of, you know, delay just a little bit longer. Might work out a little bit better for balls like this, but remember, I did the Quantum EVO, the solid, and the pearl in that way. I had them all, I had those ones 45 by 4.5 by 45, so it was a smaller angle, and they did a lot of the same things that this did. So I'm gonna assume this ball just don't match up for me. This ball don't like me. I know a lot of people like the EVOs. Everybody loved the pearl, everybody loved the solid. I've already heard people talking nothing but good about this, how it gets down lane and flips for them, so I must just be the anomaly. So maybe don't take this as gospel, but that's what you see from me. I'm just gonna give you my honest opinion about them. So that's all I got for you. If you do happen to want one of these, I think they're gonna be really good for a lower rev rate person or somebody that really likes to keep their angles in front of them. you're definitely going to want something like this. This is really good. It reads the front and the middle really nicely, and it doesn't go crazy down lane for me. So get yours in the link in the description, or come up here. I'll get you one here at BowlerX Pro Shop and Training Center. But that's all I got for you today. Make sure to click that like button, subscribe, comment, and tell me if you're going to buy this ball. And until next time, I'm out of here. We'll see you guys later.